On July 4th of 1952, a couple living in a remote farm in Kentucky were found dead in their home by a neighbor who had come to check on them. The neighbor called the police, who arrived at the scene and discovered a horrific sight. The couple had been brutally killed and their bodies were mutilated and decomposed. The man was lying next to a shotgun, which had been fired several times. The woman was lying on the floor, with a large hole in her abdomen, as if something had been taken out of her. The police were assured by the neighbors that the woman was not pregnant, which made the gruesome scene slightly less disturbing. The police searched the house, but found no trace of whatever or whomever had killed them. They did find, however, a journal that belonged to the man. In it, he had written a chilling account of what had happened to them in the weeks leading up to their deaths. The following is the account the man wrote in his journal. "I reckon it all started when I bought them new chicken feed from that feller down the road. He said it was gourmet feed and good for the hens, but I should have known better. Ever since then, my chicken's been laying some mighty strange eggs. They were bigger than normal and had a weird greenish tint to them. I thought maybe they were rotten, but when I cracked one open, I nearly threw up. Inside was a slimy mess of tentacles and teeth, wriggling and hissing like a snake. It was the most unholy thing I ever seen. I tried to get rid of them eggs, but they kept coming back. Every morning, I'd find a dozen or more of them in the coop, and every night, I'd hear them things hatch and scurry away. I don't know where they went, but I reckon they were up to no good. They ate all my crops, killed my dog, and scared away my neighbors. They were a plague on my land, and I couldn't stop them. My wife, bless her heart, tried to help me. She said we should pray to the Lord for deliverance, and maybe He would take pity on us. When that didn't work, she said we should burn the coop and the feed, and maybe that would end the curse. Eventually, my wife said we should move away and start over somewhere else, and maybe that would save us. But I was too stubborn to listen. I thought I could handle it myself. I thought I could fight them off with my shotgun and my axe and protect my home and my family. I was wrong. One night, when I was out hunting them critters, they got into the house. They broke through the windows and the doors and attacked my wife. She screamed and screamed, but I was too far away to hear her. By the time I got back, it was too late. She was lying on the floor, covered in blood and slime. Her belly was swollen and moving, like something was inside her. She looked at me with tears in her eyes, and whispered, "I'm sorry." Then she died. The journal ended with a final entry covered in blood, dated the night of their deaths. It burst out of her. It was the biggest one yet, with wings and claws and horns. It looked at me with red glowing eyes, and roared like a lion. It was the devil himself, come to claim my soul. I raised my gun and fired, but it was no use. It flew at me and ripped me apart. As I lay dying, I saw its face. And I realized something. It looked like me. The police were baffled by the journal and could not explain what had happened to the couple. They suspected that they had been victims of some kind of cult or experiment gone wrong, or that they had suffered from some kind of mental illness or hallucination. They closed the case as unsolved and buried the bodies in an unmarked grave as they were instructed. But somewhere out there, in the dark woods of Kentucky, there is a creature that looks like a man, but is not. A creature that was born from a woman and killed its mother. A creature that is hungry for more. And it is not alone.